Hello, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Please ensure to like, share, and subscribe. And also click the bell notification in the top right-hand corner to be made aware anytime I upload tutorials or videos to YouTube. All right, let's craft together. Hey guys, I want to show you, I bought this jean jacket. It actually said that it was a male's jean jacket, and I actually bought it off of Amazon. It's distressed, as you can see. This is a size small in a male, and I paid $13 for it on Amazon. And now I'm going to add rhinestones to the back. So I'm going to bring you along the journey. So we're going to go into Cricut Design Space, and we're going to work with the template, and I'm going to be putting a girl boss design on the back for my granddaughter for her birthday. So $13 on Amazon. I'm going to link it in the description for anybody that want to purchase this jean jacket. It's really thick, and the quality feels really good. But like I said, it's distressed, which I think she will definitely love. And I ordered it in a small. She wears a medium, so I got it in a small because it's a male's jacket, but $13 on Amazon. All right, so let's go into Cricut Design Space and design. All right, guys, here we are inside Cricut Design Space. I've already brought my template in that I purchased from Etsy, and I will put the link in the description on the seller for this particular design. It was like $3 and some change. But yeah, so the first thing, this is going to be for an SS10 hot fix rhinestone. So it's going to be three different colors: the gold, the silver here, and then the red. And I'm going to be putting this again on the back of the jacket. And so what I like to do, a lot of people will tell you not to remove the boxes that surround the design, but I do. So I'm going to go ahead on the right side here where you have your layers. I'm going to click on the eye for each one of these boxes to get rid of them. I like to work with my design pretty much naked. All right. So what I'm going to do from this point is go ahead and click on make it because there's nothing else to do. Now, if you want it to be all one solid color, you can do that. But I want to keep the different colors. So like if I wanted the crown to be silver, then I could move that crown up to the silver layer. Or if I wanted the hearts to just be completely silver, I could move the red down to the silver. I'm not going to do that because I want to keep the colors as they are. And so I'm going to go ahead and continue working with the three different colors, but I just wanted to show you how you can click and drag them down to the color you want them to be, okay? So that's by using Color Sync. But now we're going to go back over to our layers, and there's nothing to do at this point other than to click on Make It. Now, when you click on Make It, everything is in position, and it's three different mats. So you have your silver mat, and then you have your gold mat for your crown, and then you have your red mat for the hearts and the lips, and this is the shoestring. So everything is in place where it should go when you get ready to iron these on. So I would put down my girl boss first, and then I would go in and I would add the lips and the hearts, and I would put that crown on pretty much last. I do recommend that you take a snapshot of what the final image should look like, and that way when you're at your heat press working, you'll know where everything is supposed to be layered. Okay, so at this point we're going to click on continue, and the first thing that's going to cut out, the first part of the design that's going to cut out is going to be the girl boss, this right here. So this is what's going to cut first. I'm using sticky flock, and it was like a little bundle kit that came with the sticky flock and the mask or the transfer tape. So I'm going to be using it today, and it's already pre-cut into squares. And so I'll have to cut additional little piece for this that I can use for my magic flock and for this part of the design, but we're going to go ahead and get started. So you don't need to do anything on this screen other than click on make it, but you do want to make sure that you're clicked on number 1 for the first part of the design. Okay. So in the bottom right corner, we're going to click on continue. Now there's nothing going to the printer or anything like that. So I'm going to click on browse all material, and I have my own magic flock um, that I created the material for, and it's here called Magic Flock Test. So I'm not using the Magic Flock uh, one that's already in Cricut Design Space. I created my own, and so that's what I'm going to be working with here today. And this one is going to cut twice. It says twice, but it's really in essence 4 times, because the first time you put the mat in, it's going to cut twice. And then I'm going to just put the mat right back in. I'm not going to unload the mat. I'm just going to push it right back in and then have it cut again. So in essence, it's going to be cutting 4 times. So anytime you're doing hot fix rhinestones, find something else to do while it's cutting, because sometimes it can take a while depending on the design. All right, so I don't use more pressure or anything like that. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to come up on screen, and I'm going to go ahead and get my rhinestone template cut out. And actually, I'm going to cut out all 3. And then after all 3 are cut out, then I'll come up on the camera, because I've given you all the instructions as far as what you need to do to get to this point. But Cricut will automatically go to number 2 and go to number 3 after the previous one has cut. So after 1 is cut, Cricut will be waiting for us to load our sticky flock for the crown, and then it'll be waiting for us to load our sticky flock for the red, okay? Red part of the design. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put my magic or sticky flock in, and I will come up on camera just to show you the sticky flock that I'm using, and then I'll get it started here to cut. All right, guys, so we have our templates here. We have the girl boss with the tennis shoe and the hearts. Then we have the outline for the heart and the lips and the shoestrings. And then we have our crown. Now I will say that I thought I was going to have to put this through twice, but the settings that I have for my magic flock actually cut this sticky flock after the first 2 cuts. So once I put it in and let it do its thing, it cut, so I didn't have to re-put it back into the machine. So the sticky flock seemed to cut really well on the setting. So I'll put the setting across the screen so that you guys can see it. But the sticky flock cut perfectly with just the 2 cuts, and not having to put it through a second time. Okay, so now we're going to get ready to start layering our templates. And what I do is I just take either a piece of cardstock or paper and put my template on, or put my rhinestone template on it, and then going forward I have this that I can use without, you know, having any issues. Okay, so I'm going to get my little tray, and then we're going to get started layering our templates. Okay, all right guys, I have my little tray so I can catch any of the extra rhinestones. I hope I have enough of these little crystals. So I'm going to do the Girl Boss and the Crystal SS10s. So hopefully I have enough in here. If not, I may have to go to another color. Alright, so we're going to take our rhinestones, and you're going to use your little brush. If you ordered the Magic Flock kit that I've told you guys about, the Magic Flock kit, it comes with all of the accessories that you'll need to do rhinestones. So you basically just pour your rhinestones on, like in a big bundle of them, and then you just kind of circle around until you get them all into their perspective spaces. And then once you do that, you can go back and look it over to see if you have any doubled up or if you have any missing, you know, then you can take care of those. But one of the things that I will tell you about this is that the results are always going to be really amazing. So just take your time when you're doing them. This is not a project that you're going to do and get it done super quickly. Okay, so just know that it's going to take some time. It takes time from cutting the template, especially depending on how intricate the design is. It takes time from cutting to actually getting your rhinestones in place. And especially with this design, I have 3 different templates that I had to cut. Thank God that this sticky flock cut with just two rounds and not, you know, me having to put it back in. But yeah, just take your time, because like I said, the end result is going to be really pretty. So I'm just going to go around until I get my rhinestones in, and it's coming together so far. And I had I had my sticky flock a little bit on the edge, so it kind of messed up on the end there. So I'm going to put 2 extra rhinestones in these half cut circles right here on the end. If you guys can see it, I'm not sure if you can see it. Let me see if I bring it over. It's right here. So I'm going to add 2 rhinestones right there for my S. But sometimes you fall a little bit short, but don't give up. Just keep trying, because none of us are perfect. We're all a work in progress. Got one little hole right there that act like it did not want to fill. Alright, so you can see so far I got the girl boss and most of my hearts. I'm going to work on that S a little bit. And then when you're working with Magic Flock or Sticky Flock, both my sets were bundles, so they came with the transfer tape that I'm going to be using. I will tell you now, it is not the same transfer tape that you use with vinyl. So don't try to use that. Now, some may have tried and been successful, but it's not recommended. Alright, so we got most of that done, and thank God I'm going to have enough stones. So wherever you see that you have an opening, you just want to just kind of go back over it. And then once you get all of the holes filled, then you want to go back and make sure you don't have any doubled up. So I got one right here that didn't fill, so I'm just going to take a stone and pop it over there so that I don't have to take all my rhinestones back over it for just that one. So my heart is filled, my L, and sometimes I just take my finger, because that kind of helps me too to tell if I have any that's doubled up. So I'm going to drop that right there for that R. And all the way down here by the O. But again, take your time. I can't say it enough, take your time, because the end result is going to be beautiful. Alright, so we got our girl boss done. And that stone doesn't look like it belongs. You know, sometimes you might get them mixed up. That's why I like the bags over the little tray thing that I have. Alright, so we got our tennis shoe done. Almost here. Just going to kind of roll it around. Now we have all of our stones in their respective places. I just knocked one out of its place, but I will get it back in there. Give me 1 second. So this is where you start looking at, this is where you start checking your work. When everything look like it's done, just start double checking your work. Make sure you don't have any rhinestones doubled up. Make sure all of them are going in the right direction, meaning they're not on their back. That the sticky part is, on the side that it's supposed to be on. They should all be laying flat with the rhinestone facing upward, because that back is what has the stickiness to it. And so you want to make sure that you have it going in the right direction. So at this time, I'm just double checking my work and making sure I got all my rhinestones where they're supposed to be. Now remember, I told you this template cut a little bit short on my S, so I'm going to place 2 rhinestones over here on the very end of this S. And I have my little tool that I can use for this, but we're gonna get it. And one of the things I'll tell you about Etsy while I'm doing this is when you get a template from Etsy, try to find a template that tells you how many SS rhinestones or SS6 or SS8s or whatever size rhinestones you have, that it tells you how many rhinestones that template is going to take, because that's going to help you to know if you have enough rhinestones for that design, and also if you have enough space for that design. I had to measure the inside of the jacket to make sure, or the back of the jacket, to make sure that this design is not too big to fit here, because I don't want to hit these ridges right here, because then it won't lay flat like it's supposed to. So you want to make sure that you measure how much space you have for your design, and you also want to make sure that you're going to have enough rhinestones for that particular design, because a lot of them will tell you how many rhinestones it's going to take. So right here on the end where it did not cut the complete hole, it's just a half a hole, I'm going to put 2 little rhinestones there to try to salvage that. And then I'm going to use the transfer tape. Now once I get the transfer tape on, the rest of them I'm not going to do online with you, because the process is the same, and I don't want this video to be 100 hours long. But the process is going to be the same, but when I go to the heat press, I'll have all 3 templates ready to go. So you'll see me heat press them, all 3 of them, on the jacket, so you'll know how to do the layering. And anytime you're doing this with the layering, always take a picture, have a picture of what the finished design is going to look like, because that's going to help you to know where or how to layer. Alrighty, got those 2 in those little partial holes. Then I'm going to move these rhinestones that I don't need out of my way, and that's because when I get ready to use my transfer tape here, or to pick up my rhinestones, I don't pick up all these extras. Now once you get all of your rhinestones where they're supposed to be, do not pick this up. Do not pick this up. Otherwise you're going to be having to do it again. And I've actually said don't pick it up a couple of times on camera, and then I picked it up trying to show you guys, and it all fell apart. This rhinestone doesn't look right to me, so I'm going to take it off. So I don't know why it looks shysty, but I'm going to replace it with another rhinestone that looks better. So I'm just using a little tool here. It almost looked like a weeding tool. I'm just using this to help push my rhinestones into place and make sure I got everything where it's supposed to be. So far everything looks good. Like I said, this is time consuming I'm not going to tell you it's not, so take your time. You want it to look fabulous when you finish. And even when you think that you've looked it over and you didn't miss anything, trust me, look again. Because you're going to see a rhinestone doubled up like I just did there. And just like I did there. So you do not want any rhinestones doubled up or not flat on their back like they're supposed to be. So I'm just going over my work and everything looks good. Now with this sticky flock, I got it, like I said, in a bundle set. So it's gonna come with your transfer tape that you're gonna use. I'm just gonna cut off what I need and go from there, so I can have the excess for another project. So I'm gonna cut this off and make sure I have enough, and I do. And then with your transfer tape, what you're gonna do is you're gonna peel back till you get to the clear piece. The white part is no good. Just like that. And when you get ready to lay it down, and I haven't seen anybody that's super perfect at this, but when you get ready to lay it down, guys, you want to make sure that you have it kind of like in a U shape, and you let the center part lay down first, and then you go outward from there. Okay, just like that, and just like that. Now I did come short just a little bit right here, so I am going to take another piece, just a little strip to get that part. So I'm just going to cut a little strip right here, just to make sure that I get this little part right here that kind of fell short. And then we're going to press down to make sure all of them are stuck to the transfer tape. Okay, just like that. And we're just going to go over it. I just go over it with my finger, but you can use a brayer, you can use the spatula, you can use any of your tools that came with your bundle set, just to ensure that all of them are on the transfer tape when you lift this up. Now at this point, you can lift this up, okay, but do not lift this up until you put that transfer tape on. Okay, so there's our girl boss, and I'm going to leave this on because I always take them off. I'll take them off at the heat press. I always take them off, and then before I get over to the heat press, it's messed up. So I'm going to wait until I get to the press, because who don't want to have to do this again is me. Alright, so I'm going to make sure, I think I have an extra rhinestone right there. So I'm going to lift this up and pull that out. But yeah, so I'm going to do the other two. I'll come on camera and show them to you, but I'm not going to do them on camera with you because the process is the same. And like I said, I don't want the video to be 100 hours long. But you're going to get the concept of how this is done by the time I'm done. Okay, so girl boss, I'm going to remove that one extra stone, and then I'll come back and I'll have all of these, and we'll go to the heat press and we'll press them on the jacket. Alright guys, I changed my mind. Since I don't have that many rhinestones to do on these, I'm going to go ahead and do the smaller ones with you. So this one I'm using, I don't know what color this is. It kind of looks like a purplish, reddish looking color, kind of sort of, for the lips. So since I'm trying to get rid of these, that's the color I'm going to go with here. And hopefully I have enough of these little colors here. So again, we're going to go and we're going to circular motion until we get them all laid out. And These are going to be the hearts and the shoestrings and the lips for the girl boss. All right, so I'm going to just do a little circular motion there and see how many we get laid in place. And we'll come down and just see if we're going to have enough. I hope we do, so I can get rid of these. And these I ordered off of Amazon. It's my first time trying them in the little container. But number one, unless you go back and look at the website, you don't know what colors all these different ones are. That's one of the things I don't like about this little tray thing. I prefer, like I said, the little baggy ones because the color is wanted. But I did get some with a baggy thing, and it had like a color code number or something, and I didn't like that either. I just want to be able to look at the bag and tell what color I'm working with. Alright, so it looks like we will have enough of these. And again, we're working with all SS10s. Again, be careful on Etsy that you are working with a template that you have rhinestones for, because sometimes you might think that, you know, that one is for the rhinestones that you have, but the size is not appropriate. Alright, use my little tool here to pick up some of the extra. And if you guys are saying, Doris, it's taking a long time, remember I said it's not a quick process, but the end result will be amazing. Okay, it is not quick results or quick, you're not going to get it done really quickly, but the end result is going to be amazing. That's the way you want to think about it. And if you're charging someone to do this, charge accordingly. Time is money. All right. I'm going to make sure we got our heart up here all together. Now, this sticky flock, like I said, it cut on the first go round with the 2 passes. My magic flock takes 2 rounds, 4 passes, so it is more time consuming. The magic flock feels a little bit thicker than the sticky flock, and that may be why it cut with 2 passes. But I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it a lot because it's less time consuming. Now some of these don't look as colorful as I need them to be. The color looks a little off, and for those I'm going to remove them and I'm going to replace them with, you know, ones that have more of a truer color. And you'll notice that very easily because it'll stick out like a sore thumb. So what I'm going to do is put that one in the trash and that one in the trash. And then I got 2 over here that I don't like. I'm going to replace them as well. They kind of look orangish for some reason. And I don't want them in there. I don't want no orangish looking lips. Alright, so now we got the inside of our hearts, our lips, and our shoestring. That's what this part right here is. That's the shoestring. So again, we're going to put down transfer tape on here, And I'm going to leave the transfer tape on until I go to the heat press. I just dropped that. There it is. I got one more orangish looking one over here. Actually, two. You gotta go. They gotta go. Alright, so we're gonna get rid of those. And we're gonna put down two of the prettier ones. Alright. And another replacement. Now, that's better. Alright, so you're going to do the same thing. Look over your work. Make sure that everything looks good. There's nothing doubled up. Switch out any ones that you feel the color is a little bit off, because that's what I'm going to do. And make sure that you have one in every hole. And then move your excess down so that when you use your transfer tape, you don't pick up those, because trust me, you'll have a little bit of a time getting them off. So you want to get them out of your way. So now we have the lips, the shoestrings, and the inside of the hearts. So all that looks good. Just double checking my work. And making sure that everything is right. Alright, so I'm going to take my next piece of transfer tape. And this time I'm going to try not to undersell it or undercut it. And you're going to take off the plastic part, the clear plastic piece. Come on, baby. And, oh shoot, I must have hit it. I hit it, guys, without even realizing it. But it's only two little rhinestones. Alright, there we go. Again, you're going to go in like a U when you get ready to lay it down. You lay it down in the center and then you expand outward. This is a sticky situation. Just take your time. And kind of shift it. The good thing about it is I kept with the process, and all I'm going to do is just use my nail to move them over. So don't panic. Do not panic. All is not lost. If they shift a little bit, just push them back into place, because it happens. Okay, we're going to get them back over. And those look good. And what I want you guys to know is that don't panic. Sometimes you'll end up and you're like, oh, it shifted. Don't panic. Just take your time, because at this point it's very easy to just push them back into place like you see me doing. And you know, keep progressing. like I said, we're all a work in progress. You do want to make sure they're where they're supposed to go, especially on the layered ones, because otherwise your layering is not going to be right. So you do have to make sure that they are going in the right, you know, that they're all where they're supposed to be. Otherwise you're going to be like, oh, this don't fit. It doesn't fit because you slipped up and you didn't fix your slip up. So always fix your slip up. All right, there we have our second template. Our lips, our shoestrings, and our hearts. Okay, and so the last one is going to be super easy. So I'm going to show y'all why I hate this little thingy. Sometimes it's hard to get these rhinestones back into these little square container things. So I always make sure I only have one open at a time. All right, so now we got that. And then last is our crown. So we are going to get our crown, and we're going to put our kind of goldish color. It's kind of a it says crystal stone, so that's what I'm going to be using for the crown. And the part I don't like about this one is it doesn't tell you how many rhinestones are in here. So some of y'all on Amazon is selling these rhinestones. Y'all got to do better. I shouldn't have to go back to Amazon to see how many rhinestones are in here. Bead man. Shouldn't have to go back to Amazon. Alright, we're going to layer our crown now with our rhinestones. We're going to just take our brush and just brush in a circular motion, or whatever motion you find that works best for you. I've seen some people just go straight, and I've seen people use circular. Whatever works for you, that's what you want to do. Just don't pull up on this thing until you put that transfer tape down. Look how quick that crown was. Alright, so now we got our crown. I'm going to put a little piece of transfer tape on that, and then we're ready to go to the heat press. Don't want those to waste, because then I'll be crying. We're going to take a little measurement here. Which is not going to take a lot for this crown, but we don't want to undersell it. And the good thing about this, guys, is once you cut these templates and you put a backing on them, you can continue to use those templates. You don't have to cut again. So try to find templates that you know, if you're selling these, you know are hot sellers, you know, so that you'll already have that template design on hand. If it's one that you're going to have to buy, you know, pass that cost on to your customer. All right, so that one was quick. Okay, so now we have our crown. And like I said, I'm going to lift this one up just so you guys can see. But this is what you want to do. You want to lift it up just like that. And then you have your design that's ready to be pressed on. Okay, so normally the reason I don't pull these up anymore when I'm over here at my working station is because you see how that keeps curling. It will curl and bend backwards, and then, you know, you got a mess on your hands. So it's better if you just leave it on here until you're ready to go to the press. So I'm going to try to put this back as best I can. And now I have all three of my templates ready to go. I have my crown, I have my insides, and then I have the original outline of the girl boss. So we're ready to go to the press and get this party started. All right, I'll see you at the press. Guys, here we are we have our jean jacket down. A couple of things I want to note is that I removed my plastic piece or rubber piece that's on the bottom so that I would be able to close my heat press all the way. So I removed the plastic piece. I would recommend, or not plastic but rubber, remove that from your heat press. And I'm also using a Teflon sheet, or not Teflon sheet but Teflon pillow. So I have a Teflon pillow underneath, and that's to help to ensure that I can get the design on here flat as possible. Okay, so I kind of adjusted my jean jacket so that I only have the surface of what I need to heat press on. Okay, and so we're going to start with the girl boss first, and again we're going to press at 335 for 15 seconds. And I'm pulling up the thing there. So I'm going to peel up my design now. I highly recommend you wait till you get to your heat press to do this part, to keep from moving it in a direction that it doesn't need to go. So we're going to put our girl boss down, and it looked like my two little things on the end kind of shifted, but we're good. Do keep in mind with this design that you do have to put the crown on, so you do want to leave room for the crown. So I'm going to come down just a little bit so we make sure we have enough room for our crown. So hopefully you guys can see that. And yeah, we're now ready to press our design. Oh, there's one that shifted. Always watch it. Alright, so I want to fix these couple of ones that kind of shifted for some reason. Give me 1 second. And we're going to get this baby right back in place. Alright, got that. And we got one that turned over, so I'm going to get it on its back and shift it back over. Oh, these were the ones that I had on that very end. That's why they're acting crazy. Alright. No love is lost. We got this, guys. Just gonna shift that a little bit. My heat press is like, I'm ready to go, Doris. That's why it's making that noise. Alright. It's like I get one shifted and then the other one moves over. Remember I said just take your time. Okay. That's good. Alright, so we're going to go ahead, and everything looks good. We're going to heat press at 335 degrees Fahrenheit for 15 seconds. And then we're going to get ready to layer our next part, which is going to be which is going to be our little star inside of the tennis shoe, along with the shoestring, the lips, and the insides of the hearts. So get ready to peel up here. Okay, so one of my little stones right there on that end, so I'm going to press that one again. Get that heart just right. But it'll come through when we put this second layer on, so I'm not going to stress about it. So we're now going to peel up our insides, and again, do it once you get to the heat press, because I don't know what is going on with this thing. Hold on a second. It looks like it's missing a stone right there, and I don't see it. All right, give me 1 second, guys. I'm gonna pause you for a minute. All right, guys. One of the stones had turned over, so I had to go and pull it back in order. All right. This is the part that's gonna go on the inside. So what I'm gonna do is line up my star, and if I have my star lined up, everything else should fall into place. Alright, we got our star, got our shoestrings, got our lips. Alright, so there we go with our second layer, and we're going to go ahead and press this baby. I want to make sure I get that one little stone in there. Alright, 3:35, 15 seconds. Everything looks good from what I can see. Every time I get ready to close, I look again and it's like, oh, I see that. But like I said, rhinestones take a long time, guys. Just be patient. Just be patient. It's the end result that you're gonna love. Alright, we're gonna go with it. That little side right there don't want to act right, but we're good. Alright, 3:35 for 15 seconds. And all we'll have left is our crown. And we will be able to call this baby done. Alright. Alright, we got the last little part to do, which is the crown. And the crown is going to go over the I and the R. Just like that. I'm going to give it a nice press here, and we will be done. All right, 5 seconds. And we're done, y'all. we are done. All right, we got our girl boss all done. I'm gonna spin it around here so you guys can see it. This is the Teflon pillow that I was using. Let me cut my heat press off. So give me 1 second. I'm gonna spin it around here. So here's our finished design on our jean jacket. Girl boss. On our distressed jacket. I think she is going to absolutely love it. All right, so I'm going to post the link to the sticky flock in the description, as well as the link to anyone that might want to purchase this jacket, because they still have it for $13 on Amazon. Again, it is a male's jacket. I ordered it in a small, since it's for a girl, but it is a distressed jacket. It's absolutely adorable. And I'll post in the description the link for the seller of this Girl Boss SS10 Rhinestone Template. All right, so I'll post this in my Facebook group. And for those of you that are currently following me on Facebook, I want to thank you guys so much for the support via Facebook. And for those of you that would like to join my Facebook group, my group is called Ken Doris's. Let me get around here so you guys can see me. Ken Doris's Cricut and Creative Crafters. And all you have to do is send a Facebook group request to join the group. And for those of you that are currently subscribed to my YouTube channel, thank you guys so much for the love and support that you show via YouTube. If you like my method of teaching and you would like to subscribe to my channel, then please do so. And also please like and share my tutorials with others that my videos may help, that are new to the crafting game or new to a different craft. You know, maybe they've been crocheting for a while and they want to get into rhinestones, or they've been doing rhinestones and they want to get into, you know, painting. Whatever the case may be, check out my YouTube channel. Go to my playlist. I have over 350 video tutorials out there that covers a wide variety of all different types of crafts. All right, so this is for my granddaughter Micaiah, who's turning 16, and she loves pink. So I thought this would be a great gift that we don't have to worry about anybody else saying, oh, I got that jacket at home, I bought that from Walmart, or I got that from blah blah blah. You know, people love personalized items. They love personalized things that are made especially for them. Okay, so one of the things I want to challenge you guys in my Facebook group, and those of you that are following me on YouTube, is you saw me now do a design on a dress, and you've now seen me do a design on a jean jacket. So I want to challenge you to get out of the t-shirts and start using other garments besides t-shirts, and just see, you know, how far your imagination can take you with those things. You know, even though you saw me buy a dress from Walmart that had Queen on it, I still added my own special touch to it that will make it one of a kind for my granddaughter when she receives it, right? All right, so challenge yourselves, guys. Let's get rid of the t-shirts, or let's step away from the t-shirts for a minute, and let's start trying to design on something else other than t-shirts. All right, I do highly recommend, if you're going to do this jean jacket, that you do use the Teflon pillow. I bought my Teflon pillow from a company called, it's a local shop here in Dallas, Texas, called Aviva Warehouse. And they had 3 pillows, different sizes, and I think it was like $35. This is my first time using the Teflon pillow. I've had these pillows for about 8 months now, and I never used them. And I saw my jean jacket wasn't laying flat like I needed it to, so I needed to have a little something padding it, and so it was the best time to try the pillow. This part over here gave me a little bit of a challenge, but I think it still turned out great. All right, so there you go. Girl boss all the way. All right, guys, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. And you guys know my motto is each one reach one, so that each one can teach one. And you guys have a great day. Bye.